Gregory, a kid who mysteriously found himself in the infamous Fazbear's Pizzaplex, ends up being locked in the place after closure, being chased by several hostile animatronics and a security guard who doesn't seem to want to help him, having sinister plans for him. Hi folks, I'm R, your narrator. Consider following me on Twitter where you can send me video suggestions and communicate with me. This video will contain spoilers about all of the FNAF installments. With that in mind, let's begin. Based in the Freddy Fazbear's Mega Pizzaplex, being 4 stories high, with arcade and laser tag rooms and much more, the main 4 flashy animatronics are introduced. Montgomery Gator, Roxanne Wolf, Glamrock Chica, and Freddy Fazbear. While at the stage, performing for the audience and keeping them entertained, Freddy detects a high threat level in the audience, then suddenly collapses after malfunctioning. In the dedicated Freddy Fazbear room, a kid called Gregory climbs into Freddy's stomach compartment dedicated to oversized birthday cakes and piñatas. Not recognizing Gregory being in the guest list, Freddy tries to connect to the main office, which inevitably leads to malfunction and connection error. Gregory mentions that a female entity has caused this conundrum and that she won't stop until she finds him. Just as Freddy wants to understand whom he's talking about, he cuts the conversation short as he gets spooked by hearing footsteps. Seeing the security guard, Gregory explains that he doesn't trust her and in return gets a special watch from Freddy, which they can use to communicate with each other in order to keep a low profile. Being bound to the room, a seemingly fully independent and intelligent lifelike Freddy guides Gregory to run an errand in order to release him from the room so that he can help him escape. Letting Freddy out using a photo pass, Gregory climbs back into his chest cavity to avoid detection from bots until he gets out of the complex. Going into the utility room, an unseen female entity called Vanessa calls out to Gregory, whom seems to be the person Gregory was afraid of. Hiding in a first aid booth, as Freddy mentions Gregory is broken in a strange tone, Vanessa, the security guard, informs Freddy to go back to his room after he's been put on restricted power after malfunctioning at stage. She further explains she's looking for a kid called Gregory who's sneaking around just 15 minutes before closure. After Vanessa leaves, Freddy then suddenly runs out of power, putting himself inside a recharging pod, instructing Gregory that he needs to carry on his own, while he can still guide him on the watch that he gave him, called Fazwatch. Encountering a seemingly malfunctioning Glamrock Chica in the bathroom, who is acting as a security bot safeguarding the premises, Gregory distracts her and bypasses her. This doesn't last long, however, as Montgomery Gator finds Gregory being accompanied by Chica, both relentlessly chasing after him. This raises the question to why Freddy is the only animatronic helping Gregory, unlike the others who try to capture him. Gregory manages to evade them, reaching the security office, shutting the doors. The power being only at 15%, Gregory, taking Freddy's guidance, connects his watch to the security cameras and sets out to escape, while Chica and Montgomery patrol the halls. Managing to escape the halls and reach the main hall with the entry doors, an intercom announcement reports that the Pizzaplex is now closed, with Gregory losing his chance to escape.
Freddy Fazbear's Mega Pizzaplex is now closed. Initiating nighttime protocols.
No! Wait, I'm still here! Now what am I supposed to do?
How unfortunate, Gregory. You missed your chance. But there is still hope. You should be able to escape when the security doors reopen at 6 a.m. Until then, keep moving, and try not to draw attention to yourself. If there is another way out, I will help you find it. I promise.
The halls are then infested with staff bots, also known as security bots, who are cleaning and patrolling the premises, who alarm the other bots in case of finding anything unexpected or any intruders like Gregory. Managing to find the daycare pass, Freddy, still locked out, instructs Gregory to find a security badge to open the door. In the daycare playground, Gregory encounters an energetic bot called Sun, who wants to play and doesn't let Gregory go until he distracts him by toppling down certain items. The lights then subsequently turn off, turning the annoying yet not that menacing Sun into the moon, who punishes any kids seen at the site as he perceives them as naughty, staying past their bedtime. Gregory is then confronted with the menacing moon, whom he can evade by turning 5 generators on. After an arduous errand, the moon turns back into the sun, who kicks Gregory out and alerting the other bots. Freddy then subsequently arrives at the right time, letting him get inside his chest cavity, evading the bots. Freddy then rushes into a recharge station, with Gregory asking why he is the only one helping, unlike the other bots who try to get him, which even Freddy is unsure of. Maybe after malfunctioning and failing to connect to the main office, Freddy became more independent and chose to help Gregory. After exploring the Pizzaplex and trying to find exit points, Gregory gets caught by Vanessa, the security guard, and is subsequently placed in the lost and found room until police and his parents arrive. There's an intermission suddenly, with Vanny the Rabbit, a decommissioned animatronic, appearing on the monitors, asking Gregory in a menacing tone if he's still having fun.
You are going to wait right there in Lost and Found until your parents or the police arrive.
Are you having fun yet?
This proves to be only a gimmick, with the security guard not having the best intentions, as Vanny would soon arrive to kill Gregory if he doesn't find a way to escape. Vanny's encounters are very specific, as whenever she approaches Gregory, the environment starts glitching horribly, as if she has transmissional abilities. This portrays how there is more to the story, with all of the bots, including the security guard, wanting to kill the lost kid, Gregory. The question still remains to why Freddy is helping him and what Gregory's significance is in the story. Going to a raceway lobby in the complex after being instructed by Freddy, Gregory finds him malfunctioning while being out of charge. Freddy asks Gregory to take him to parts and service so that he can be fixed. After somehow managing to temporarily fix Freddy, Freddy comes to Gregory's rescue while being trapped in a security office. They subsequently manage to get to the performing stage and use the lifts to go down, where they find a recharge station. As Gregory takes shelter inside the pod, the Moonbot attacks Freddy and takes his buddy. Going through more rooms, Gregory encounters a robot without its suit, which activates in the dark and becomes deactivated when pointed at with a flashlight. More of these suitless robots, which are referred to as Indos for endoskeleton, are found in the basement, seemingly spare in case of any bots malfunctioning. Reaching the parts and service room with Freddy being interrogated by Vanessa, she explains that Gregory doesn't have any records, meaning they won't be able to return him to his parents, as if being an ideal candidate for some other intentions. With Gregory's fate undecided, Vanessa explains that she will replace Freddy's body, putting his skin on a different endo.
I found him earlier and locked him up in Lost and Found.
That is great news. He can be returned to his parents.
He can't. Turns out, there's no record of him.
How unfortunate. If you reattach my head, I will go look for him now.
His name is Gregory. You know how I know that? His Fazwatch kept repeating it in your voice. Gregory, are you there? Gregory?
Vanessa, all the Fazwatches sound like me. It is the default voice option.
If you're part of this, you're scrap. Monty will run the shows until Parts and Service can slap your casing on a new endo. Hang out here for a while. I gotta find that kid.
Vanessa! Do not leave me like this!
Gregory, exploring through the complex, can come across Princess Quest 1 and 2 arcade games, which reveal that the princess becomes possessed by a demonic entity within the game, eventually ending up in a security office similar to the one from Help Wanted, the precursor installment. After upgrading Freddy and freeing him, Freddy explains that the bots are not capable of hurting guests and something strange is happening to them to be able to do that tonight. Gregory soon obtains a camera which he can use to stun the animatronics as they are sensitive to flashing lights. After exploring the complex for a while, he is faced with an angered Montgomery who he needs to defeat and take the claws off in order to upgrade Freddy. After defeating him and collecting his claws, Gregory upgrades Freddy's claws. Using the new claws, Freddy is now able to smash through some specific doors and open the path for Gregory. After a while, Gregory is assigned with repairing a robot head to progress when he gets chased by a gigantic spider-like DJ robot. Using the repaired head and putting it on an assessed robot, Gregory manages to get on a cart in order to take on Roxy. After damaging Roxy, Gregory takes her eyes in order to replace them with Freddy's to upgrade them. Evading an enraged, now partially destroyed and blind Roxy, Gregory upgrades Freddy's eyes. Through finding more notes, it's revealed that the security personnel were fired one by one for small, unimportant excuses, being replaced by staff bots. This leads to Vanessa being hired under mysterious circumstances, despite being inexperienced in guarding such a big place. Gregory subsequently manages to damage Chica by using a crushing hydraulic machine, which leads to the time almost reaching 6 AM, with Gregory able to escape. As the time almost reaches 6 AM, with the doors about to open and Gregory finally able to escape this nightmare-inducing place, Vanessa makes an announcement for Gregory to go to the main stage instead of leaving.
Hey, little man. Do you know what time it is? The doors are open. Why are you still here? You plan on moving in, or you just want a job? Maybe join the internship program. You would make a great security guard. Gregory, I think you deserve a reward. Go check the main stage.
Gregory, listening to his instincts and knowing full well it's a trap, he goes to the exit door. In there, he persistently asks Freddy to leave with them, but he informs him that he's designed to stay as his battery would run out within 1 hour if he doesn't recharge. Gregory is then given the option to stay and unveil the hidden secrets within the Pizzaplex, leave the place and save himself, or surprise Vanny and get rid of her. In this ending, Gregory decides to take on Vanny and get rid of her once and for all. Unfortunately, when trying to approach Vanny, she's already prepared and upstairs in a safe place, ordering the staff bots to disassemble Freddy. Freddy, in a brutal manner, gets disassembled, with Gregory left to fend for himself. Soon, he goes up to Vanny's domain, where he finds Princess Quest 3 arcade machine, which reveals more backstory to what happened. The princess in the game, starting from the security office, manages to pick up Vanny's mask and a glitch trap plushie, known from the previous game, FNAF Help Wanted. The princess finally manages to enter a theater backstage and finally open a door, followed by screams. This transitions into a comical cutscene, with all of the staff bots shut down, which were all under the control of Vanny, and Vanny's mask and bow tie taken off and thrown on the ground. Gregory, carrying a duffel bag, reveals that Freddy's head is inside, still functioning, meaning that Gregory will reassemble him once he gets out. As he approaches the exit doors, Vanessa is seen from the distance opening the door for him, displaying that she's not after Gregory anymore. This reveals that Vanessa, the security guard, was in fact Vanny from Help Wanted, who becomes possessed by Glitch Trap, who is the manifestation of the digital version of William Afton, a sadistic child killer who killed many children in the Fazbear Pizzeria franchises. This explained why she was hired in the first place, as mentioned in one of the notes that she was hired by higher-ups despite lacking experience in such a large place. Glitch Trap managed to possess Vanny, or also known as Vanessa, through connecting to her through a video game, with Gregory managing to break the curse and free Vanessa from Glitch Trap by defeating the game Princess Quest. At the end, Vanessa, as a token of appreciation, opens the door for Gregory, presumably even prepared to help him and take care of him. They are eventually seen being together, looking at the sunset, insinuating that they will live a happy ever after together, looking forward to a better, brighter future. There are several more endings which unveil more information about the lore of the story, which I will make a subsequent video about. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to stay tuned for the upcoming endings videos by hitting the subscribe button and the notification bell. It's been your host Dar, and I will see you on the next one.